Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Resident Evil 6. So in theory, we might finish the whole game at the end of this, but almost certainly I wouldn't put any money on it. I think I will, very possibly because we ran into one puzzle that slowed us down for about 40 minutes extra. I think that's going to cause us to have a 10, 20 minute, 30 minute episode that occurs. Let's see, maybe I can just wait till this guy gets close and then wait till he turns around and then kill him. And I had a prompt and didn't hit it at the right time. And I had several prompts and didn't hit it at the right time. Now, arrows I have tons of. It's the one of the currencies that I'm actually quite high on. 55 arrows are probably more than I would have ever shot in the game. We just saw the evil Ada Wong killed, and I suppose we're going downward to see if it's true, search her body to see if there's maybe
Alpha
some
team,
evidence
this
or
is
something.
HQ. We've confirmed
There
that
was
Wong was telling the truth.
some kind of...
There's a fully armed aircraft carrier in open water not far from your location. Satellite imaging indicates they're getting ready to fire missiles on the mainland. It's imperative that you stop them from launching even a single one. Copy that, HQ.
So there is some kind
Condemn
of...
your actions, Carla, but at least now I understand them.
Okay, so Carla must have been the blonde girl that we saw. I guess maybe hold on to this. I want to see if I can get to 10, so I'm going to hold on to 1 and combine it to 3 and see if that gets up there. So I think what happened is his wife or whatever, Carla, got turned into the fake Ada Wong, and then she was upset about it, and now we're going to find out she's not really dead, and she's going to turn into a big monster, and we're going to fight her, probably. So this is really just a revenge plot based on Carla, who got transformed by Simmons to look like Ada
Your
Wong.
hatred for Simmons drove you to tear down the world they created. But it was your conscience, Carla, that saw you fail. After all, isn't that why you brought me into this? It's a shame. If you had only sought vengeance against Simmons alone, I would have helped you.
We're still not really certain if Ada Wong is completely a good person. So what's interesting here is this is a secondary transformation for her, because Carla has already been transformed to look like Ada Wong.
Get over yourself. Help me?
I'm the real Ada Wong. I don't need help from anyone. My plans aren't failing. They're thriving.
See, now, am I supposed to believe that and actually think she is the real Ada Wong? And the other one's the fake?
This frail shell of a society will collapse.
See, that would be even weirder if it was that she was the real Ada Wong and the other one's the fake. And so she's Carla.
After that, you know what will be left of this world? Nothing! Hell will rise and chaos will reign!
And I, Ada Wong, will be queen! Hate to break it to you, but you're nothing but a cheap knockoff. At best. Rest in peace, Carla.
Am I even gonna fight her? Or does this ship just get blown up?
She must have injected herself with a powerful dose of the sea virus.
Let's see. Let's come over here and use this since I've got a lot of these bullets. So it's not certain what we're gonna end up doing. So immediately I die not knowing what I'm supposed to do. Thanks. Thanks, game.
She must have injected herself with a powerful dose of the sea virus.
This is another example of the game requiring you to have full beforehand knowledge. Okay, now I see that there's a section over here to turn on and run down the stairs. And I have to go through here quickly. It seemed like it took her longer to open that than before.
I'm Ada Wong.
So we're escaping this area while we are also fighting this character. We gotta get the higher ground. This is not gonna work. It's just grabbing me from the walls. This is an interesting idea. It's not something I've seen in in a Resident Evil game before, just the entire walls being infected and such. And there's plenty of other characters around here too. But I really don't have time to even pick things up, do I? I need to hurry. What is hitting me? This isn't working. Maybe after it attacks I can open it? Wow. I just had to manipulate the game to get past that point. And then nothing's really even chasing me. Let's see. I need... It's just giving me all this handgun stuff. I die. Come on, what am I supposed to do here? Not being very clear. I'm supposed to run this way and avoid this and avoid this. Run here, run this way. Okay. nitrogen. Alright. That's not where I'm supposed to go. I'm supposed to go this way. We don't have a nitrogen bullet gun, though. There's a ton of nitrogen this way. So should I...
It's time for you to shut up, Carla.
How about we do a considered... So I can't wait around. I need to use this. Out of bullets. What am I supposed to do?
Come back.
Like throw something in the mouth.
The marrow from your bones.
Am I supposed to hit these? There's nothing in those. There's all my health. Gone. There's all my bullets. I don't have enough arrows for this. Bear Commander, where are you?
I am supreme. I will survive.
Like, I am supposed to be doing something here.
Come back. I'll dine on your flesh and suck the marrow from your bones.
This is not working. I guess I'll keep trying. Just use all my bullets on him. Let's see. Finally! Is there something I can do there? This is ridiculous. I've got nothing. So, bullets on guns. And yeah, this is killing me.
Come back.
Now I assume the goal here was to like get some bullets. Like maybe if I shoot some of these blisters sitting around here, will. But I'm getting burnt by acid every time I do this too. So I've got 10 bullets. That's it for that.
Come back.
Like shooting these guys doesn't seem to do anything. Like, now the good thing is the game usually takes some pity on you at a certain point. If you run out of bullets for real. So I might very well just be able to take on all comers. Like, unless I'm supposed to hit him in the mouth. But then why would the eyes be the main targets? Is that the thing? Is I'm supposed to just do a massive amount of damage to everybody? Alright, how about I can use this. I got 40 bullets here. See, and if I had enough bullets, I could open the doorway and get through that. But I don't. And then I've got nothing else to shoot. And these bolts, like no explosive bolts. And apparently you have to get really close to these.
Come back.
Game locks up. We haven't had to deal with that for a while. 5 more shots. 3 more shots. Let's get that close. 1 more shot. All guns now. Totally empty.
You're a pretender!
Like every single one. Totally gone. Not a single bullet to be seen. Like I can beat on this character as much as I want, and it's not gonna die. I can do that and burn myself.
Come back.
20 shots. Handgun shot. 10 shots. Alright. So we have a choice. We can either sit here and struggle and eventually just lose with no bullets left, or we go back to the previous load. And so I'm going to start from the last checkpoint. And hopefully this doesn't set us back too far. Find an escape route. Alright, how about this? Now it says defeat him.
So big, and yet so emotional. It's time for you to shut up, Carla.
And there's nothing over here. Well, there's some arrows over here. Interesting. There's nothing over here. It almost worked there. Come on. Come on! Did I really not hit any of those nitrogen tanks from any of that? Alright. Try it again. So, we've got all kinds of nitrogen over there. If I can just get to my thing, switch to this, go here, and shoot that, and then see if maybe that works.
So big, and yet so emotional. It's time for you to shut up, Carla. You tried so hard to destroy the world. Now you've destroyed your body. Hope this is what you wanted.
So, that entire section, if you can do it right, less than 5 seconds. 20 minutes about to figure that out, though. Of exhausting the bullets. And no failsafe at all. There, the game should have been able to detect I had no bullets. Should have been able to detect I've done a massive amount of damage to it. It should have had some just... the thing just explode in general. It's so ridiculous that I got locked into... to lock me into a fight I couldn't possibly win.
Well, I take care of Simmons.
So that's the building I assume Simmons and will go at. And so this is where we get into the weirdness here, is maybe this one delay at the end of chapter 4 here has maybe added to the clear time. maybe in the next recording or in this recording, if next chapter is really short, we will get 2 hours out of this. Maybe not. We can see my accuracy is at B rank, my deaths are at C rank. Probably, let's see, 4 deaths. I think at least 2 of them could have easily been from that final fight, but they weren't because I reset. Clear time was B rank at 50 minutes. Could have done that in 30 minutes, which means I could have done the whole chapter 4 in 30 minutes. Beat the chapter without entering the dying state, executed 10 headshots, executed 5 consecutive headshots, killed an enemy with a physical attack, killed an enemy with a stealth attack, successfully inputted commands at the exact moment, executed a headshot, shook off the BSAA tail, witness your own death, face your own destiny. Now the problem here is I probably didn't get that much experience. No. So can't get firearm level 2. Also, I don't have any bullets. So it could be quite difficult to do chapter 5 unless they hand me a lot of bullets. I do have a lot of crossbows. So if I'm going to try and focus on just using crossbows. Crossbow gun bolts. And see, this may just directly fly me into the fight with Simmons. You would think at this point in the future, they would just start calling them BOWs instead of BOWs, even though it stands for bioorganic weapons, which actually would only be one word hyphenated, probably bioorganic. In fact, bioorganic might also be an oxymoron because if it's bio, it probably is organic. Maybe biological organic, but I still don't think that would be the right word.
Leon, it's...
Ada, thought she was dead.
Let's move while we can.
So, I have a couple of missiles.
There's too many of them!
I'm
And
beginning to feel like your personal bodyguard, Mr. Clinton.
see, I'm kind of just in this mini game. This is just another example of not playing the game I was expecting to play. So this it feels like bait and switch, really. I mean, when you get down to it. And apparently I can control this, but I can't turn. So I can move forward and move back, but the cutscene had to change. Boy, that was done fast. Is there more to this? Just keep the path clear myself and see if there's any collectibles.
Somebody ought to tell them their boss is retired.
And see, I'm not sure if this readies the weapon so I can shoot fire better. And then launch missile. Okay. Shooting cars doesn't seem to matter. Shooting signs seems to not really do anything. Now, did my missiles refill? Or is it really just a... I almost think that there might be a collectible hidden behind these signs.
They're getting desperate.
doesn't seem like... Well, my helicopter actually does have some health here going on. But I'm halfway through it. Maybe on a more difficult state level, this would be a more difficult thing. But my bullets never run out. And my missiles seem like they do. I want to hold on to one more missile just in case.
That's a nice moment.
Yeah, the heavily armored one. That's... I kind of needed that, didn't I? Should have been saving my missiles. So I need to move out of the way of its fire and then put some fire on it. I'm at very low health. Y button doesn't do anything. I need to stay kind of zoomed out so they don't hit me. Take it out easily.
All style, no substance. Typical.
And again, a sequence like this would be perfectly fine
Better get to the tower.
if you were talking a 60-hour single-player game with a full story for one main character that was good and interesting. A sequence like this would be a nice little break from the action. But we haven't had enough action yet in the regular gameplay mechanic to justify it. And it's just crammed in here. Really.
Back for more.
And it's kind of ironic here is that Carla turned Simmons into a monster just like he turned Carla into a monster. And so then they could have been monsters together.
Ada! You disobeyed me. You took Wesker's son away! Use that bastard's blood to make the virus stronger!
That's what you get for trusting Ada Wong.
That's an odd thing to say about yourself. So I guess we kind of need to wait till the transformation even starts. Let's see. See, that big red truck doesn't actually explode. I don't think that hit him. And he knocked me out of the way. Can I fly while I'm doing this? Yes, I can, so I need to be careful. He's gonna try and throw things at me and do backflips. And I didn't realize that that's what he was doing the whole time during the fight. Let's just try and unload on him.
That's it? Show's over?
Yeah, I'm out of missiles, so it'll be interesting to see if we get any more. If I shoot these things... Like, that is an interesting question about, can I blow up these cars? Shooting boxes, does that help anything? health of my ship is not doing great. That checkpointed into a certain point, and the car just comes, and who's driving?
Get in.
Glad to see you're safe.
Is that an agent? Do we even know
Speed up!
who the agent is?
Going as fast as I can.
It seems like there's a weak point right around his back. But
Here he comes. Get ready.
I can't really get in position for that weak point. It's really, really small. Right under his scale right there. Not doing the greatest job here. And I'm not sure how much of the damage is getting applied from my actions or from what Leon did. Did I just game over? No, I don't think so. I think that was supposed to happen.
I think we picked them off.
Stay focused. We can take him.
He's angry now.
See, right back then under it, there's a weak point. And in his mouth there's a weak point. So it seems almost like you could convince him to attack one character one way and the other character the other. And just get that, use that obelisk as my own personal way of blocking him from throwing the things at me. I am zoomed in right now, trying to hit him.
This is what you get for playing with the sea virus.
This is really bad dialogue happening in the middle of this fight. And there's no reason to stop by shooting at him, if the game lets me. I shouldn't have stayed there so long. Shooting at boxes that have proven to be pointless. Fight's going on a little long here because we're not shooting with a we're not shooting guns at them and running around and struggling. All we're doing is flying. Come on, Chris, get up there and slice him up with your knife. Pull off a trick. Sure looks like his spine is exposed. It is, look, got it. Come on, hit this soft, juicy core. Simmons is getting boring.
Damn you.
And I'm trying to hit him. This is just happening too much. And he got the shell back on his back. Gonna have to aim more. Is there a certain number of times I have to transform him back and forth? This is a long fight. Too long, far too long. And boring. No choice, no opportunities to do anything different there. I wasted my missiles early on. Probably. And she's blinding with the light.
Stay out of trouble, can you, Leon?
And because she's blinding with the light,
And
Simmons is
always one
gonna
step
be
behind.
getting a chance to recover potentially. So now the question is there any more gameplay? Do we go to the oil field and do we save
You and Carla
Jake?
have left a lot of misery in your wake, Simmons. I'm gonna make sure it all ends here. Maybe I can at least buy these people some time. We've all seen the senseless death around here.
So I've got to protect a couple of people that almost seem like they're going to maybe play a role in some future Resident Evil game. I have a little bit of control of where I'm flying, but I guess I don't want to shoot my own people. Oh, there was a zombie in between them, I didn't even see it. This is almost like Left 4 Dead. I think there was a section in Left 4 Dead not unlike this. Oh, I just broke the thing that helped fight the other guy. Interesting.
I hope they've got insurance. I'd like to do more. I really do.
Excuse me for coughing.
Carrying everyone out is an option.
So now we're helping Chris.
I'm trying to land here.
Let's go and just put an explosion right there. See, we've got that creature way in the background, but I bet I can't hit him. Oh, that's a tree. So by killing all these people, it's going to give me an opportunity to pick up all these items. Maybe. Zombie? Nope, just had to fly near the place. Why in the world would you land? Oh, because you need the rocket launcher, which
Time
was...
to clean up the last of Simmons' mess.
Let's see. So, she had this rocket launcher sitting here the whole time. And did I not find it? I guess I didn't find it. Or I wasted it. One or the other. So, like, guns still very much... Ooh. Still very much out of items. Got several skill points to collect, a couple down here to pick up. So I have no room for pipe bomb arrows? Really? Let's go ahead and use this. Pick up this, and then I have no room for NATO ammo. That doesn't make sense. And let's go ahead and drop this. anybody else or anything else to find. Pipe bombs and first aid sprays. Does first aid sprays stack? Yes, they do. Or if I say that properly, do first aid sprays stack? Where am I going? Apparently over here. And I can't just pick up the rocket launcher for myself. As much as I would apparently love to do that. I can't jump down there and do anything. Is this a sniper rifle thing? Not really. I thought there might be a collectible there with the blue light, but nope. Look at this flatly animated city. No 3D modeling at all. Really, really ugly. Look at the sky. Pretty dull. Laziness abound in this game.
Okay, last item on the list. Eliminate all traces of the theft of my identity.
So, why is she doing that? Why does she want to maintain that she was the bad guy? So she's in charge of Neo Umbrella at the end? So she could shut it down? Is that her plan? Or is it her plan to join Neo Umbrella? Can't run this way. It seems that you should have animated for that. It seems like you could. But nope. Green herb. Let's see. Is one green herb worth an explosive grenade? These two didn't seem to make it. And this is probably where the other people came from. I guess I'm gonna leave the green herb. So is there more to this? Or are we just gonna be in the fight? I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't even know what we're supposed to be doing. She's just making it up as she's going along, it seems. So Leon and Helena are finishing up their story of climbing up here. And then they're fighting Simmons more. Because Simmons didn't die.
Ever the survivor. Oh well. No rest for the weary.
So literally went from one cutscene to another cutscene. They had to show me a loading screen for a cutscene. That's so incredibly lazy, just on the fact that.
Back for more? Kids really are glutton for punishment.
Like, you could have just put the video together and have one cutscene. They didn't even bother to do that.
Finally come back to me. You and I were destined to be together. You were it was a mistake. I made you. That means you must obey me.
See, that just gave me more shotgun shells.
Every inch of you belongs to me. You can't live without me.
So these zombies are falling down. And he's gonna crash into them. Apparently I did enough damage to move him forward.
You're disgusting.
Or just wasted enough time.
Let's get this straight. I'm not your little dog. In fact, the only thing I have in common with her is hatred for you. Appreciate the gesture, but I'm a big fan. I can leave alone.
So let's see, is there something I can do?
My master, my beautiful creation. I want you by my side. Come to me, Ada. Don't you understand my love for you?
Line up all the shots. So not very many bullets needed really to take him out. I think the game is going easy on me, frankly. Where is he? He's not over there. And these guys are over here. And they're just climbing. Where? Let's line up 3 of them together. 3 in a row. See if we can get a 2 in a row here.
Ada, if you can hear me, shoot him now!
He's out to kill the competition.
I can barely see him. I need to be over here so I can get a good angle on him. You see, now I see the reason why there's this thing here. It had nothing to do with getting out of the way of his attacks, and it had everything to do with this.
Ada! Elena, cover me.
Leon!
See, and this feels like this is the only part of the story
me?
she can be in.
Don't let it end like this.
And what's funny is he doesn't hit her in the chest like we see in all the other ones, where they say, don't die on me. And see, we're watching the AI just switch between different guns and trying different things.
Not if I can help it. Come on, wake up.
I mean, so this is an in-engine cutscene.
If you're really Ada, I know you can pull through this.
This is kind of lazy. It's not bad, but it's not as good as the animated section.
I was just resting my eyes.
You shouldn't sleep on the job.
In case you haven't noticed, Simmons doesn't have the
There's some backstory
Let's
I
see.
should know here.
How many incendiary grenades can I throw at him? Out of bullets. And see, there's this idea of maybe holding on to some of this stuff, but not really. It's much better to take them out. A couple of these will certainly save me a lot of bullets. Leon's got a nice kick. He's not down yet. We got 2 more. Switch my bullets. Unload a full clip on him.
Do you want to live?
Where is he?
Then beg for your life.
I'll pass.
Can't always get what you want, Simmons.
So she stabs him with a bolt,
Let's call this closure.
but it's not really
You really should have moved on.
like she knew a specific weak point or anything, which I kind of thought she did. That was the one spot that would kill him permanently. But no, not the case at all. She just kind of hit him with a bolt to hold on to him to jump off the edge, to then swing away and let him fall. So this time
So
she sends an
You're
email.
really confused by all this, aren't you, Leon?
I'm mostly confused about
Fun
this.
to watch.
That the story makes no sense. She needed to be talking to herself the whole time.
Ada!
And it is worth pointing out, I haven't harped on this, but for a co-op online game, the story here completely plays solo. She's by herself, and it only makes sense that she's by herself. And I kind of wish the rest of the game had been this way. This would be our one opportunity if there was going to be some kind of Red Queen or White Queen AI that was affecting things and changing how things work. But that's
So,
it.
this is where Carla did her experiments, huh?
Maybe I should have taken some health fills while I could. Can I go back this way and get the menu back? I don't think I can. Oh well. I was wondering if maybe if I finished the game at full health, it would give me a reward of a medal or something. I guess we'll just go long if this turns out to be something more. Oh, so that little symbol
Another
there.
failure. Bring me another subject. Why do you think we had this lab built here in the first place? Just go outside. There's thousands of subjects to choose from. Tell Simmons that we're busy. I'm on the verge of solving this.
And see, we're watching the screens and I can move my view a little
Are you
bit.
refusing my orders?
See, that sounds like Ada Wong talking.
You're the one who chose me as a test subject, aren't you?
No, it was Simmons. He forced me to. Please, don't do this.
So it is going to turn out that I'm Carla.
Believe it or not, I said the exact same thing. Finally done it. This will be my greatest work yet.
So are we going to get another boss fight? Because if that's the case, that's just kind of out of the blue. And I don't... Like, here it is. We'll see what it is. If this does turn into a fight, I guess I could end the recording here. And then we'll just have like a 30-minute recording in the next time. We could see what happens. So it'd be funny if this is Simmons, and they killed the real Simmons.
At this point.
Well, it'd be funny if it's
We're
Leon.
beyond humanity.
Still don't think you should wear heels when you're shooting, running around, doing all the kinds of zombie fighting. Nor do I think you should have an extreme V-neck. Easy for the zombies to bite it. So she gets called on her phone, which is an older model.
Sure. My schedule just cleared.
So, as far as Ada's story, it certainly would not work as a co-op section at all. I almost would suspect you can't play online with her, but I bet you can because of the way it's set up. But it's sure crammed in there. Imagine doing the spotlight quests and sneaking around at the very beginning with another character running around and setting off alarms. That would just be a nightmare. I'm gonna go ahead and skip the credits because we don't need to sit here and listen to the credits again. Even if it is different music, who cares? So, wow, I think we got a rank S there. That's probably because I didn't die and I did it in 35 minutes. The whole Ada can now use extra content. Something like that. So accuracy was A rank, deaths was A rank, enemies routed was A rank. We beat the chapter without entering the dying state. We settled things once and for all. We approached Quad Tower from outside, and we jumped off the 80th floor. So you can't do much better than that. Accuracy 83.8%. S rank is the Japanese, like, you did better than A. Overachiever ranking system that they put in video games. I don't know if they actually use it in schools. So walking backwards, the loading screen is showing me something actually. So now we're kind of in the Middle East, or someplace like that. Well, I can tell you right now, they're never going to make a Resident Evil 1 in the Middle East. They probably would never make one even in Africa. Again, because they got flack for that.
I believe we had a deal.
It's Jake with this girl. So he's being a mercenary for an apple to kill all these BOWs.
Are you going to keep your promise?
That's a very British, Middle Eastern voice.
Fair is fair, kid.
And that ending has nothing to do with Ada Wong at all. So you can kind of see that they were very intentionally trying to set up Jake as the new replacement for both Chris Redfield and Leon. And sad to say, they are just... Capcom is just too sexist to put a female as the main lead in any of their games. And And we see that when we see the Jake and Shelly story, and Shelly should have been in charge in the main lead, and she just wasn't. So we can also see that you get a fancier medal when you get an S rank. According to the game, I've done 11% of the game, but no, I've done it all. And I've not really enjoyed it. It's been a mess. Let's see. As far as weapons, times fired, we've now should have everything unlocked, or at least named. So we didn't ever use the stun rod. And actually, if I look, there's probably a few of these guns, if I knew their names, that I haven't used. Like this assault rifle RN, I guess I've shot that. But this MPAF accurate fire hasn't been used. The triple shot hasn't been used. The anti-material rifle hasn't been used. The Hydra hasn't been used. The Picardo or Picador hasn't been used. Now, you still have to actually kill one of the creatures to name them, so there must have been something I didn't kill here. Something I didn't kill here that I could have killed, and something I didn't kill here that I could have killed, and something there. So the story officially says that I was the original Ada Wong and that was Carla, because they've named her Carla. So no real confusion here. I apparently haven't killed one of the zombies styles too, or two of the zombie styles. That is surprising. And then there's a few more. So there probably is just the tiniest of trickles of extra gameplay if I played as the secondary characters. And I've played Agent Hunt once now for a minute, and Mercenaries once for about 11 minutes, and Mercenaries No Mercy once for about 2 minutes, and none of those really interest me either, but they still do work. So at one point I was saying I thought the Steam was the server was down. Not the case. Sorry, I was wrong. As we see, we can go through the story. There's this first section that only really involves Chris and Jake. There's this section where Ada does chapter 1 for herself and nothing else, and there's really no reason why her actions couldn't have been taking place at the exact same point as this point, other than maybe some small storyline factor that doesn't really matter. But then Ada doesn't play any part in the story at all for Leon's until we are fighting Deborah, and then she shows up and fights Deborah, and then that city gets blown up, and in the meantime I'm learning a little bit of evidence, and then she stays out of the entire events of Jake and Chris doing separate things in China, and then they do some more stuff in China, and Leon and Helena start in China a little bit too, and then at this one point, and this may be one of, it looks like 4 points in which everybody is doing something in the same place. The monster in the China shop, separated, danger zone, and this. So they're all in China for this one section, and technically they're all in the same place, but they get in the same country at least. And she's doing her own thing while the other characters are doing their own thing, and it just doesn't integrate well. If they had taken Chris, Jake, and Leon's story, combined that into one big first place solo adventure for one player, and then Ada was just the extra story to see the things that were left on the cutting room floor, kind of like a director's cut in a movie. That's how it worked in Resident Evil 4. It worked really well. But because you have the main story effectively broken between 3 different characters, it doesn't really work well at all. And here we have the second point in which we are all in the same place and they're all fighting different bosses. And then the final thing we all get is the ending for Ada, which doesn't even have Ada in it. So that's a really bad ending for Ada. Just because they want Jake again, they wanted one more cutscene for Jake. And it still doesn't make a lot of sense that Jake would just not stick with Shelly and try to have a romantic relationship with her, if not also work for the BSAA. We can see I did not get mini collectibles here. Let's see. Not much is known about the international spy Ada Wong, including her age or whom she works for. So she's this international spy, but they just want her to be mysterious. And so we got a couple of those, but we never unlocked another model. The only model we got was Leon's story. I must have been playing particularly thorough to get all 4 of these and unlock this toy so I can run around here and look at this stupid 3D model viewer that is practically a default function in almost every engine now. Like, if you're making an Unreal game, I'm sure it's not too hard to figure out how to do a 3D model viewer. Plus, it probably helps just the artists. So is there any more to this game? No, I don't think so, because the extra content as far as mercenaries, solo, you don't unlock these until something happens. You probably have to beat each one of these or get a certain rank on each one of these, which is probably really bad idea to do that. And as far as Agent Hunt, I don't even like the concept of the Agent Hunt where you jump in another player's game as a zombie and screw up their experience. That just seems mean. It seems like being a troll. As far as templates, I guess we got them all. Okay. As far as emblems, we did not certainly get them all. These are the ones since the last time we played, so after Jake's section, I think. Plenty of achievements I didn't collect to get all of those. And plenty of titles we didn't get also. Just an entire page or 2 of things. So, but again, none of the dog tag stuff plays any part in a solo player adventure. It must only show up in the playing with somebody else, playing co-op. So we can now purchase new skills. I never had the ability to upgrade firearm firearm to level 3. So I'd have to play at least a little bit of another character's run to do that much. And we still haven't unlocked any of these things that get you specific kills. And I wouldn't be surprised if the weapons I haven't shot are exactly unlocked through this. But that wouldn't make the most amount of sense. So, infinite handgun ammo, infinite shotgun ammo, infinite magnum, infinite sniper rifle, infinite machine pistol, infinite assault rifle, infinite crossbow. Why would you even need to pay for infinite crossbow? I had so many bolts there. If you could get infinite magnum, you would kill everything in one shot. And infinite assault rifle or machine pistol, you would be perfectly set then. Even an infinite handgun's not a terrible thought. But that's an incredible amount of skill points, so you would probably have to play the game even more than the 25 to 45 times I think they want you to play it on different difficulties, unless you get more skill points for playing on harder levels. Maybe that's true, or something else, but there's really no reason why anybody should have played even this far. This has been garbage. It's been really, really bad. And let's see, New Game Plus, just to make sure there's nothing here. So I could start a new game without the weapons you've obtained? No, why would I want to do that? Oh, so that probably confused me. So you don't get amateur done, so I should have started on amateur if I was going to play this game that way. But we don't really need to go much further, do we? We really don't. That's my fear in a nutshell. Resident Evil 6 is my fear for Resident Evil 7. For all the hype, for all the trailers, for the promise of it being a reboot even though it has the number 7 on it. This game is the last numbered Resident Evil game. Not my beloved Resident Evil 4, not the still pretty good Resident Evil 5. No, it's garbage Resident Evil 6 that does not deserve to even be called Resident Evil 6. Also, let's not forget that Resident Evil Revelations has come out, Resident Evil Mercenaries have come out, and both of those games were also garbage. I'm not going to have time to review them right now, but you can certainly find other people's reviews to confirm that. And Capcom, I just have no faith in them to say they're going to do a good job. If Resident Evil 7 turns out to be good, it is going to be almost a miracle. There's no reason why it should be. Not unless everybody who made this game have been fired or major attitude adjustment happened, because there's a lack of quality in every single aspect of this. A lack of caring, a lack of concern. They obviously don't care about the Resident Evil franchise, and I feel like this is just a scam that they're trying to convince people that Resident Evil 7 will be the good one. I think they do this every single time, and I can't think of a good Capcom game at all. Capcom, I believe, also has Mega Man, and they do this all the time with Mega Man. They make cheap ports of that. They also have fighting games, which they seem to put a little bit more concern about, like SNK versus Capcom. Seems like they somewhat care about that, but if I'm remembering correctly, even their latest fighting game has been a big mess. In fact, I'm not sure Capcom has released a good game in a long, long time. So don't pre-order Resident Evil 7. I'll wait till the reviews come out. Definitely don't play this game. This is garbage. It wasn't even fun to play as Leon and have the memories of Resident Evil 4 that I experienced when I played that on the Xbox 360 or the Wii U or the GameCube. I think I may have played it 4 or 5 different consoles, but not even fun then. And remember, Resident Evil 4 does not run properly on PC. It lags a lot more than this game. This game was barely playable with the lagginess, and Resident Evil 4 is even worse because it's a good game, and the last thing you want to have in the middle of a good experience is something ruining it. That's going to be it for this series. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry to have to be the bearer of bad news. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me with YouTube. If you want to support me even further, you can go to my main YouTube page. On the right is a button that says support this channel. You can click that and make a donation. New thing too, if you want to make sure you get notifications of when new videos are out and not fall behind on my channel, you have to click the bell. You've probably heard a lot of other YouTubers saying click the bell, get those notifications. Now, if you check your subscription channel, you should be fine. If you check it almost every Monday through Friday, that is, you should be fine to see my videos. But if you're missing out, make sure you get those notifications. Watch them all. That way you don't miss out. Finally, down below in the description box, I have links to all my social media sites: Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Google+, Steam, and Battle.net. So follow and friend me on all of those. Friend me on Steam, friend me on Battle.net, or Blizzard, whatever.net, whatever they're calling it now. That's another way to make sure you see my videos. If you're following me on Facebook, or Twitter, or Tumblr, or even Google+, you should be seeing notifications there too. So many different ways you can follow it. And it's a good idea to back up on, not just me, but all YouTubers, to follow them on whatever service you use. So if you use Twitter, follow them. Make sure you get those videos if you want to see them. Thank you for watching, and have a good evening.